My name is Kimbers. I am a wife, a mom of 3 beautiful girls, a labor and delivery nurse, and I'm currently almost finished with my graduate program to become a certified nurse midwife. I'm here to share the story of my 3rd birth, more importantly, the postpartum period. On the day that I went to have my baby, 39 and 4, I went into my prenatal appointment. Everything looked great, got my membrane stripped, went into labor later that night. Despite the fact that my first 2 babies were born vaginally, my 3rd baby was a primary C-section because she did not fit. After 30 hours, had a beautiful, big baby girl. One day, about 5 or 6 days postpartum, I'm laying on my couch, nursing my baby, and I noticed that I just have the worst headache out of nowhere, just the worst. Feels like I could feel like a specific vein or artery in my brain, and it felt like it was about to explode. To any labor and delivery nurse or anyone who works with pregnant people, a headache immediately sends up all these red flags. I take my blood pressure, it's 170/110. I've never had a blood pressure higher than like a 120/70-ish. So I lay there on the couch, close my eyes, lay back, have the blood pressure cuff take. 15 minutes later, it's 180/120. And then my mind just starts turning. I'm like, okay, now this is an emergency. My husband is not in the medical field. He's an attorney, has no idea like all the thoughts that are going through my mind. So he suggests, maybe you're just tired. Why don't you just take a nap and see how you feel in the morning? But I just know, I just have a feeling. And I said, I feel like if I take a nap right now, you're going to be a single father. And that's what I say to him. So he's like, whoa, like that's strong language right there. So I breastfeed my baby in the parking lot. I leave my baby and my husband in the car because I don't want to take my newborn into the emergency department during a pandemic. So I check in and I tell them, hey, these are my blood pressures. I just had a baby 5 or 6 days ago, and this is an emergency. I need to be seen. So they say, okay, have a seat. And I was like, okay, like, am I going to be seen soon? And the lady at the front desk says, there are 60 people in front of you in this emergency department. Have a seat. So I was like, okay, I'll have a seat. So I go give them my urine sample and I tell them, hey, my C-section incision is also leaking fluid now. And they're like, okay, have a seat. So I sit down. About 10 or 15 minutes pass. My headache is very rapidly getting worse and worse, and my vision is also getting worse. Like my head is hurting so bad that I can't even hardly see. And suddenly I have this overwhelming, impending sense of doom just kind of settle on me. And I thought, I am about to die. I just felt it in my heart. I was like, I'm about to die. She takes my blood pressure and it's 200/120 at this point. And she says, oh, I must have done that wrong. And I said, no, that blood pressure is probably right. That is why I'm here. She said, no, there's no way that this is your blood pressure. She takes it again. It's 200/120 something again. And I say, I need labetalol right now. And she said, I can't give you any drugs until the doctor sees you. And I said, I need to be seen by a doctor right now before I have a stroke. So she goes out, and then immediately a doctor comes in. They order 5 of labetalol, which normally we give much more than that. And they start to treat me. They give me magnesium, and once my blood pressure starts dropping, like my blood pressure did start going down with the medication they gave me. Immediately, like my headache just started to feel better. They gave me Tylenol as well. So she asked me, how did you know that you had preeclampsia? And I said, well, I'm a labor and delivery nurse. And she goes, oh, we get pregnant patients all the time that present like this. How do we know what to do? Can you explain it to us? I said, I do really appreciate you asking, because you're going to see more patients, so it's really important for you to know. But I'm also very disappointed. What we normally do is, when we send pregnant patients home, we tell them, if you have these signs and symptoms, go to the emergency room, because they will know what to do. This is an emergency. So I really just didn't understand why they had no idea what to do. Thank the Lord for that nurse that I called and my midwife, that, I had their phone numbers. I could text them and let them know that what was happening. Had I not had my knowledge base and known to advocate for myself, I truly believe that I would have just died in that waiting room.